Good evening, Internet.
What is up, geeks? Hello.
How's it going?
Good day, good evening, whatever it
morning.
is to you. My name is Shauna, pronouns she, they.
My name is Joe, pronouns she, they.
And we are
Mythic
Geekdom.
Geekdom.
It's good to see you on this awesome Thursday.
Guys,
Yeah,
we
Thursday.
have been doing a series of TTRPG, D&D help live streams for you, whether you are a GM, DM, or a player. We've touched all kinds of topics, and this will be our last live stream on the topic for a while. This is our season finale, and we're going to regroup and do some different stuff. And hey, thank you so much.
Geek.
Thanks for liking. And we will do more of this kind of thing in the future, and
We will.
more of other kinds of things. So yeah, stay on the lookout for it, and check out our YouTube for a playlist of all of the VODs of this series of Roll+Play.
Hey. Obviously, this is not necessarily going to go anywhere. It's probably just going to be put on hiatus, as
Exactly.
it were. But let's just get into today, though.
Absolutely.
If you have any questions about tabletop role-playing games, need any help if you are a future DM, an experienced DM or GM, or a player looking for a little bit of help, we've got you covered. Go ahead and comment and post any sort of questions that you may have. We will be getting to that at the end of this segment. But today we're talking about something that I am super excited about, and I don't think actually is talked about enough. And it's note-taking. It's note-taking in your game. I know a lot of people have a really hard time with this.
I'm one of those people.
I'm one of those people.
I will go hardcore at the beginning, and then I'll taper off and get lazy, and then I have no notes.
Right. Why do you think that is? What trips you up about note taking, or at least before?
So I'm one of those types of people that I like everything to look just so, and if it doesn't look just so, I'm like, well, never mind.
For sure.
And so if there's an NPC that's brought up, I'll have my little place on the page where I have for NPCs. But then 3 episodes later, we're still in the same place. I'm like, do I rewrite it again? Do I make a whole new page just for them? Or if I put their name first, but I don't want to have their name first. I want to have
And sometimes you don't
their
know,
gender
you don't
first,
learn
and
their
then
name
class
first.
Exactly. And so I get all hung up on the fact that it's not organized exactly how I like it. So I'm like, well, never mind. I'll just not take any notes. And
So it's a very all or nothing sort of feel.
that's my issue. And then you taught me a system that is actually really cool, and now I really look forward to taking
Thanks.
notes, and I enjoy it, and it's able to be systematic yet also fluid.
Word.
So it satisfies the perfectionist in me, but it doesn't
Keeps with the flow
it
of
doesn't get me angry when
tabletop.
things aren't just so, because
Right.
that's the way the system is supposed to be. I really enjoy it.
So, thank you. Before, when it was note-taking for me, it was about... My problem was there was no purpose behind the notes that I was taking. I would take notes and be like, this is what happened, and blah, blah, blah. And it was just like a block of
text.
Why
is this important to write
and
down?
I couldn't find anything else. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find nothing.
Hey, thanks for the subscription. We're so glad.
I couldn't find anything that I had written. If people were like, yeah, we grabbed that loot off of a bandit, what did they have? And I'd be like flipping, trying to figure it out, and I couldn't.
It's so unorganized, you can't find
you can't find it. You can't,
because you just write a whole bunch of stuff down. You don't know what's important.
100%.
So it's a block of text, and there's no way to know what the key important things are.
Yes, and even way before this, when I first started playing.
In the 3.5 times?
In the 3.5 times. I didn't have... My notes were written from the point of view of my character, which is a way to do this.
For sure.
But if my character is not an avid note taker, it doesn't help a lot. And,
right. And if there's
now
something
looking
that
back at it,
players are aware of, but your character isn't aware of, that's also an issue. Do you write it down or not?
But I look back at it now, I don't remember my first character's name. And it's not written in the notes. It says I.
Because you didn't write the character's name.
Because I didn't write the character's name down.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so, part of me was like, I need to be able to do this and preserve what is happening in the story so that if I were to look back on this, I'd know what was going on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what do I write? What do I put in this book?
And does this system help you out? Because in one of your campaigns right now,
yes,
you are the head showrunner DM, but there are 2 other DMs that will rotate in and out for arcs. And when that happens, when someone else takes over for the arc, you get to play a PC.
Yep.
And that PC functions as an NPC when you are the DM. And so... But you like to keep it all in the same concurrent notebook.
Correct.
Right? So does this system help you be able to keep track of everything both as a DM and as a player?
Yes.
Do you change it?
No, I don't change it.
You don't change it.
And
that's amazing.
We're going to show you
2 completely different
We're going to show you why. The biggest thing that I came to the realization of, I need to be able to follow the story later. If I came across this notebook that I had 5 years later, or 10 years later, or 20 years later, would I be able to mostly understand the story? I needed to be able to have an organization system to be able to recall notes.
Especially
recall what loot we
DM.
got, what they know, what they don't know, all of that kind of stuff. And I needed something to keep me motivated to continue taking the notes.
Yeah, yeah.
And note-taking is all about function and aesthetic and how you balance those things.
Especially like with the bullet journal revolution.
Yes,
you know?
which I'm a part of.
Yeah, for sure.
This is why this works.
Would you say that your D&D note-taking style is influenced by
slightly
bullet journaling?
It's more influenced by something else that I'm a part of.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
But
when
when
are you
it
going to
comes,
share us this style?
I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
If you'd let me talk, I show you.
ma'am.
Okay. It needs to have functionality, and it needs to have aesthetic. Aesthetic drives you to keep moving and wanting to take notes.
Which makes it functional.
Which then, in turn, you can read later, which will make it functional.
Gotcha.
Got it?
Gotcha, yes.
So, for those who don't know, I take notes in a notebook. Okay? I've got a few cool things that I do with this notebook, but I usually take notes in a notebook. I have a scratch notebook where I write down the notes really quickly in like a hasty form.
Like a spiral or something.
Yeah, just like
And this is
scratch.
the nice notebook.
And then it goes in here so that I remember what
is
had
the
happened
aesthetic.
because I'm putting it in, and this is where the aesthetic goes.
I find that there's actually a benefit to rewriting your notes because
100%.
when you're just writing it down willy-nilly quickly, then you go to write it again in the nice organized fashion. You're reviewing it and you're saying what's the important information. You're reorganizing it in your brain, and it helps you relearn it and remember it as well.
So within my notebook, the things that you should know, I do have all of this goodness in the front. Boom. This heavy business right here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
is this heavy business. Is for campaign. It's all the campaign
the
notes.
stories,
the story
session
itself.
1, session 2, session 3, what happened, etc.
The stuff in the back here, where you're seeing all of these like tabs and stuff that are placed, are DM stuff. Okay, so
like,
don't be looking at my DM notes.
But I want to know what your tabs are. I won't look at the DM notes.
I have notes on PCs, so stuff about their backstories, things that I need to remember.
Got you.
That PCs have
Not
added in and
that.
pay attention. Locations, if I've created the world and it's a homebrew world, it's any of the cities, or if you guys stay in a forest, but the forest is overrun by certain things, I need to know that in here.
Got you.
Treasure and magic items. This is specifically my homebrew stuff.
Okay.
So if I've homebrewed anything for you,
Okay.
it goes in here.
Do you keep lists of, like, if we go dungeon delving and we, you know, look for loot and it's like, cool, roll a D100 and then I roll a 57.
Sometimes
like,
I use
okay,
a table. Sometimes I use
you
a
keep
table.
your tables
Sometimes
in
I
here?
know exactly. Yep.
Okay.
I know exactly where it's gonna go. So, NPCs. I have a whole other section that's just like NPCs. With my NPCs, I write name, gender, and then I'll write like a few things about them, what they look like a little bit, the type of race they are, and I will put in an accent or a person that reminds me of them.
So you know what
So
voice to
I
use.
can literally go Gib, male, bugbear bartender, Keanu Reeves.
I had no clue that you
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
based off
modeled
Keanu
some
Reeves.
of his personality after Keanu Reeves. I can
You
see
bet.
that now.
You bet I did.
Adorable.
so that I know.
Okay. I just love puppies. Yep.
Oh, any cultures that I've come up with for the area. I'll have a whole section on lore.
Where
quests.
do you keep your lists of, like, well, I need to come up with a random NPC.
That goes in the
Here's a
last
name.
one.
Okay.
Which I call the DM screen.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Gib is Keanu Reeves. Yep.
insane.
It's what he's
I had no
based
clue.
off of in my brain. But this is where I keep, like, I need a random halfling name. Flip to the DM screen in the back of my book. I already have it marked. I can pick a name from here.
That's crazy.
And any sort of tables. I have tables for, like, traveling. So it's like, okay, you're on day 3 of travel, please roll a D20. And I can look down it, and that's possibly the thing that will happen for the day.
You're attacked by owls.
Sure, whatever.
Or you, a couple of ravens talk to you.
Yes. So that's how I keep that sectioned out.
Cool. That's
The other things I do want to show you within here are parts that I've added, which are
This is so cool.
in the front and in the back. So I have taken a plastic
Like sheet protector.
and put an
Like cut it up so it was the right size for a note card, and then, like,
put a
tape the
note
edges.
card in it.
Yeah.
So that I'm gonna do this, so that it can flip out. I can have it closed or open to wherever I need it to, and I can see what's on the note card. This is my shorthand. I will get to what that is in a minute, and that's what is the life changer in my note stuff.
Seriously.
The other thing is in the back. They give you the little thing. I put, like, stencils and stickers and any sort of, like, prop that needs to be given out or whatnot. Maybe I've made that magical item. I might have a prop card for it, put it in there. But I have one of those same things in the back over here, and it is for the initiative order. So whenever we go into an encounter, I have it in here. I don't take this out. This stays in here.
You write on it
so
with,
that
like,
I write on it with a wet erase, and I can put everybody's initiative order in, and I can write whatever I need to baddie wise and tally up.
What do you have on
hit
the
points.
note card itself?
It's literally just 20, 15, 10, 5, 0.
Okay, with a couple of lines in between.
And then I have two sections where I can put like the AC of my
BBEG or whatever.
and the total hit points of my BBEG up in the corner, so I already know what they are.
That's cool.
That's I like these like folding pieces that come out,
flip outs,
because they can go wherever you open up.
Whatever page you're on, you're going to need to reference
whatever page
these.
you're on, you can still just reference from the side over
You know
here.
what else I'd like to put on something like this?
Yes.
A flip out, like things I want to do, things we as a party want to do, the goals the party has.
100%.
Also, the personal goals
I put that in a different place,
as
but
a character have.
That's great.
Like, I want to buy new armor or whatever. And the other thing I'd want to put in one of those flip out things is something that you actually taught me about. Mm-hmm. It's when there's downtime and we want to RP, or we're traveling, or we're having watches together, different things I want to talk about with the different characters.
Yes.
So if I'm on a watch with the ranger, I heard them mention something about their father, so I may be like, how's your dad doing, or whatever, so I can.
You're never want for a moment to have a conversation
and
with
it's
someone.
always relevant and important to that character, because that is what makes the best story.
I do
when
that
you ask
same
about
thing.
the other character.
I do that same thing in Wet Erase. So I'll leave the note card in there with sections of all of the PC's names, and then just in their section on the protector, I will write like a word or whatever to remind me, father, in their section.
That's cool.
And then once I've talked about it with them,
you can erase.
I can erase it. I do use highlighters and things within my stuff, but it's usually actually just for my pictures that I put in my thing.
So pretty illustrations
I don't like
with mildliners.
I don't like to highlight words and stuff with it, because if I get going with highlighters, the whole thing will be highlighted
and then
in multiple different
know.
colors, and then I've lost it again. It's not functional anymore. So
that may be functional for someone else. If that's functional for you,
so
cool.
warrant
Use
for
it.
this.
Awesome.
I always have Post-it notes in the back.
I don't like sticky notes. I'm not a sticky note person.
That's fine.
But I know so many people
this
that
just
do love
helps
them.
me if I'm like, here's a random thing I got to write down real fast.
Absolutely.
That's usually for my DMs. I usually go, oh yeah, I forgot to write what all that box of spices that I just gave the party. I need to remember to write down what those actual spices are.
Right.
So when they identify it next session, I have it.
Are you getting to the...
I'm getting to the good stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Now we're getting to the good stuff.
I'm so excited.
Which is that shorthand.
All right, what do you want me to do, the little one or the big one?
Go ahead and do the big one.
Okay.
Thanks. Why?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know why.
Try again. Nope.
Unplug it and replug it back in.
Okay. Try again.
We're going to try it again, guys. What?
Come on. Are you...
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no. Oh no. Frams.
It was right. Let me see if I can fix it.
Okay.
Okay. Just keep talking. Tell me
Okay,
about cool
I will
stuff.
talk. So when it comes to shorthand, basically what happens is the shorthand is based off of interpreting. A lot of people don't know, but I do have a lot of interpreting different languages.
Whoa.
You just made everything go.
Why?
Thanks.
It's...
Hold on, please hold. Camera went out.
Yeah, it did. Everything went out. We're gonna be right back, guys. We're gonna restart the OBS.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry.
We'll be right back.